Hello everyone, it was great seeing all your videos. Lots of good points were made and lots of good responses. Um, well, I hope everyone is doing well and good luck to everyone on finishing up the session strong. Um, so for my response video, I'm going to be responding to Alexandra Henderson's video. First off, Alexandra, good job on your video. I love the passion you showed and a lot of energy in the video. And I definitely felt how strongly you felt uh, towards your reasoning. But I do have to disagree with you though. I do not agree that the U.S. was uh, justified in dropping the bombs on both Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I believe that there could have been a better alternative other than dropping the bombs on both those cities. And if there was a need for a bomb, location could have been different. I mean, the two cities they chose pretty much had no military strength at all. And Hiroshima and Nagasaki were both heavily populated with civilians. So, just better choice of a city. If anything, they could have dropped it on the outskirts of a less dense populated city and still shown the same amount of force and capabilities necessary. So just to continue on to break down your points, you stated that the bombings ended the war. Technically, it could have been true, but studies have shown that it's actually the entrance of the Soviet Union into the war against Japan on August 8th that prompted the Japanese to surrender on August 15th. But I mean, it's hard to tell because the first bomb was dropped on August 6th on Hiroshima, and when the bombs were dropped in Hiroshima, all lines of communication was cut off to Tokyo. So I mean, Tokyo didn't really have enough time to respond to that first bombing, um, and then the Soviets entered the war, which I'm pretty sure started the race for peace or to end the war with the Japanese. And then the day after the Soviets entered the war, the U.S. dropped the second bomb, which is the most unnecessary bomb, on Nagasaki, which was another city heavily populated with civilians again. But once again, the bomb shouldn't have been dropped at all, in my opinion. Also, you keep stating that the bombs were necessary to save both American and Japanese lives. I definitely find that false. American lives would have been saved no matter what, because at this point of the war, the Japanese were at pretty much the end of their ropes. They're on their knees already. Their navy was basically diminished. All the ports were blockaded, and their troops were already losing the will to fight. So the U.S. could have continued on with conventional bombing on cities, and pretty much with these blockades, it would have starved out Japan with any crucial supplies necessary to maintain living. So they would have surrendered sooner or later. Also, dropping an atom bomb on two major cities with a large civilian population doesn't save Japanese lives. It does the opposite. It kills a lot of them. So I don't see how dropping a bomb could have saved their lives. If they would have dropped the bomb on in a different location with a less dense population, then yes, maybe save some lives, because it would have shown the Japanese empire, like, what capabilities they had. But also, even starving them out in conventional bombing would have saved more lives than dropping an atom bomb. But yeah, once again, no Japanese lives were saved because of atom bomb. You also stated that said another point. And I think you said your favorite point was that the bombings was a retaliation for Pearl Harbor. I mean, I get it. When something like that happens, you want to seek blood, especially if someone attacks your country, you want to attack them back. just like 9/11. Like when that happened, we wanted retribution as well. But I mean, I'm not cheering on America to kill harmless civilians, so I don't see that as a good point. Like just because they attacked a military location, which Pearl Harbor was. It was a military location. It was a location with a bunch of naval battleships. Even though they're outdated and were being retired, the Japanese didn't know that. They thought it was a key military point. So, I mean, I'm assuming they didn't think it was all harmless civilians. They knew it was a military target. Unlike the U.S., they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, two cities full of civilians with pretty much little to no military presence. So I mean, to go for an eye, so it's a horrible reason to drop an atom bomb. Also, you're saying that the Japanese were really brutal. War is brutal, so I mean, there's brutality on all sides. Japanese, Germans, French, British, U.S. It's just brutal in general. But I can definitely say that the most brutal thing you could do is to drop two atom bombs on two different cities with basically no military targets and a bunch of harmless civilians. So that's the most brutal part. I mean, I can't think of anything else more brutal than that. The last point too that you made was that the U.S. gave them a lot of fair warning. I mean, the U.S. never really told them like, hey, surrender or we're gonna drop an atom bomb on you. If they would have let them know like what bomb they're gonna drop, I think Japan would have definitely listened. So I wouldn't say they gave him fair warning, but yeah, I mean, they definitely gave him opportunity to surrender, but they didn't really tell them exactly what they're gonna do. So I mean, in the end, I think the U.S. should have either waited for the Japanese to run out of supplies and surrender, or they should have dropped the bomb in a less dense city to prove a point. I mean, you can definitely drop the bomb, like I said again, on a further location, do less damage, and still have the same power and emphasis behind it. They didn't truly have to drop it on Hiroshima or Nagasaki. So that concludes my response. Good luck to everyone else. Thank you.